What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Fredio and we're back at it filming another weekly video. In this week's video, I'm taking you on a very emotional journey. Now, I don't know if you dealt with things in your personal life that you just was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this, but I'm gonna make it through this. But you're getting ready to hear this young man's testimony told by his mother. His mother, man, she really touched everybody in the room. Everybody was like, we were at the hair show. Let me say this because I'm kind of getting all over the place. So I was at the Bronner Brothers hair show. During the Bronner Brothers hair show, I ran into my boy Terrence Davidson. He's like a fashion hairstylist, guru, king. He does everybody's hair from Nicki Minaj to Remy to Tamar Braxton. But whatever the case is, he's doing all the big legends in the game. And Terrence decided, you know, he wanted to give back. If you know Terrence, Terrence is always giving back in whatever way he can. So he decided to share the spotlight with a young hair guru by the name of Trenton Lee. Now, Trenton's story was extra special because Trenton had been going through so much, so much. And you know, I don't know if you know Trenton's story or if you've heard Trenton's stories, but if you haven't heard Trenton's story, you are about to hear it in the words from his mother. And I want to say one of the most important things is if you're dealing with depression, to get help. Talk about it, find somebody, find a friend, find whoever you can, but don't face it alone. Now, check out the video. It's so touching. It was so touching to me. Check out the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and most importantly, tell a friend to tell a friend all about Fredio.com.
I don't know, I wanted you as a mother to explain who he is because it's new to him. 15 years old, which I was just telling him, started at the same age as you could. But you can tell who he is and where he's from because they flew him in before. Tell him who your son is and how he brought him here.
Hello everybody, my name is Chana, I'm the mother of Trenton Clark, and you know, this has just really been a shocking experience for us. I'm just going to give you a quick snapshot of what my life and Trenton's life has been like since he's been brought into this world. When Trenton was about 2 years old, I started to see something very interesting in him. He used to play with toilet paper. He used to go get the toilet paper and he would swing it. So as a mother, you know, my first reaction was, boy, leave that toilet paper alone. You know, we need this. But after that, you know, that lasted for a couple of years. Then he had this fascination and he would just swing it. Then it turned into, as a mother, I said, what is this? So I started getting My Little Ponies. Now let me back up. Trenton and I was married with his father at that time. So everything that I was trying to do to figure out how to keep whatever this motion was going and hide it from his father was really hard, and it started to create a burden on our family. So from that point I started getting Little Ponies. The Little Ponies because it has the tail and the hair, so I thought I could hide it. From that point the pony started turning into glitter because we had bought every other type of pony, so I thought, oh my goodness, what next? So from that, we went into, I would say probably around 6 or 7 years old, I broke down and I bought Trenton a Rapunzel doll. It was right when Tango came out. And you know, I told Trenton, he was at the tender age at that time at 7, I said, baby, I said, keep this in your room. You know, play with this and just me and mommy around because daddy, I don't know how to personally get, but his father was very abusive to both myself and to Trenton. He was very disappointed that Trenton wasn't a typical protocol of a boy and did play football and basketball. So, long story short, his dad found this doll. He literally grabbed me in a very abusive way, grabbed Trenton, took this Rapunzel doll, burnt it in front of both of us, and said, you're very derogatory words. He basically at that time disowned his son. And there were some other things that happened that were very abusive because at that point, you know, a lot of men have this stereotype that if they beat their son, that they will make them stronger, but to me as a mother, I think that can kill a kid's ego. But that's what he did to his son. So as a mother, that next day I decided to leave. And from that point, just years have kind of went by, and he still had this fascination. And I said, okay, I know this is something. So I started to think, you know, what is this? Because as a mom, I have questions too. So I tried to do certain little blogs that I call the Mermaid Club, because to me, that's no identity from the bottom. And I didn't want him to feel like something was wrong with him. So, of course, as he gets into school, I tried to put, after the divorce, I put him into a predominantly white school. You guys don't know Kansas City, it is nothing like this place. We are the minorities there. So I put him into a school thinking that I would be able to give him and enhance his education, and the situation turned worse. The kids basically mocked him again because he was a fairly bigger boy, didn't play basketball, didn't play football. He was put in several situations by the administration and also by the kids that he was, excuse my language, but he was a black nigger, you'll never succeed in life, you're weird, you're odd. So he started taking those messages and he started to become that. From that point, that was about his 7th grade year, and I'm sorry that I have to say this, but he hit a very low point, and my son tried to, he was very depressed and did not want to be here anymore. And it was from that point that, you know, as a mother, I felt like I had failed him. So I reached out to a friend, just kind of trying to figure out what do I do. And Ron J, he basically put together a video, and within 24 hours, he said, Janina, he said, I want you to open this, and I want you to take a look at this. Don't show it to your son, but I want you to take a look at it. When we opened it, it was something that literally blew my mind, that someone would even take the time to put something together like this for my son. It was composed of a lot of different people, celebrity people that I could not even tell you who they were. But it started out with Cedric the Entertainer, and he just basically was telling Trenton to, you know, hang in there. You know, people who bully are usually bullies himself. I sat on that video for about for a good day, because I did not want to, he was in school, and I didn't want the kids to think that if I put this out, this caused more of a problem for him. So I finally showed it with Trenton, and we just literally fell to the floor, and we prayed. And from that, he had the opportunity to meet Cedric, the Entertainer, and he shared some really good words with him. But I think what happened at that time is that Trenton has never experienced a man figure in his life. So anybody who was willing to take that time just to tell him to do not give up on your dream, you know, to go for it, they connected. So basically from that, 7th grade, we still went through a lot of bullying. I took him out of this predominantly white school, put him in an urban school, which made the situation even worse. Again, the bullying started all the way up into his last school year, where a couple of months ago before school, Trenton had got off the bus and some boys jumped him. And because the word started, they were like, oh, you make wigs? Oh, you think you're all that? So he was coming home, and it's covered up with makeup, but they basically tried to destroy his face. And of course, our system doesn't do much about it. And I just turned to God. I didn't want to go to the news. I didn't want to do any of that. I said, God is in control of this. So basically, I told Trenton, I said, baby, I said, I'm here for you. I said, but what I want you to do is that I want you to create a dream board. And I want you to really put down what it is that you want. Where do you see yourself in life? And I'm sure some of you have heard this before, and it works. I had my questions about it, and he literally put that he would want to attend a hair show anywhere in the world. The other one was Ellen DeGeneres, but so that was about a year ago. So about 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting, Trenton has 2 younger sisters now. I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So about 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting on the bed, And Trenton jumps up and he runs into the room and he says, "Mom, Mom," you know. And I said, "What? You know, what, boy?" And so, you know, he's running in with hair. That's all. Hair everywhere in the house. Everywhere. And so I said, "Well, I'm thinking he's wanting me to put something on my head, and I'm trying to cook breakfast." And I said, "Boy, what?" He said, "Mom, be nice, don't say anything." I said, "What?" He said, "This lady is on the phone." So I said, "Okay." So I picked up the phone, and the lady's going, "Well, yes, and registration is, $1,500 and all these different things." And I said, "Well, hang up that phone." And I said, "We're not in a position to do this." And he said, "Mama," he said, "just listen." And I said, "Okay." So she said, get in the credit card information. And so Trenton said, well, he was 14, then he said, "Well, I'm only 15 years old." And she said, "Wait a minute, what?" And so she says, "Well, does he have an Instagram?" And I said, "I don't understand Instagram." So I handed the phone to him. He exchanged the Instagram. Within a minute, she came back and she said, "This is unbelievable." She said, can I give you a call back in about 24, within a day? And I said, "Okay." So I looked at Trenton and I said, "Okay, is this a prank call or, what's going on?" And then within, I would say, about 20 minutes, we got another phone call from Erica. And the only thing is that she said, "Can you please get your son to Atlanta?" So, and I looked at Trenton and I said, "What is this?" So he said, "Bronner Brothers, Mom, Bronner." So I run upstairs and I go Google Bronner Brothers. At this point, he's got my attention, and I said, "What?" I said, "Okay." So I went and I Googled it, and we're trying to figure out what this phone call was about. But basically what it is that Trenton has had this passion since he was 2 years old. And at that point, that let me know that dreams do come true. And that vision board. That they do come true. And after that, I've had to learn videographer. We've had to just go through so many things, and we got the video together. And even on the drive here, I had no idea that I was going to be up here. This is just, I almost feel like this is a dream. I don't understand this, but I think that God has used me, because this is not my son. This is God's son. God bless you all.
You want to say something? Say something. You're 15 years old, and this is your family now.
First, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me and that's here for me. And honestly, this experience has been wonderful, and I'm so thankful for everybody, and I thank God. And I'm so glad that I'm here and that I didn't stay in that depression storm that I was in 7th grade. And one thing that I would say to any other person that's going through depression and doesn't want to be here is that you just have to keep pushing, and you have to make sure that you don't care what they say. If they are hating on you, if they are talking down on you, if they make you feel like you're not worth anything, you have to know your worth. You're worth a lot. And that's one thing that I had to learn, and it took me a while, but you have to build. I had to build my self-confidence and my self-esteem, and I had to stop caring what other people think about me, because when you care about what other people think about you, it's not going to get you anywhere, and you're just going to turn to them. I'm just really nervous, but this is awesome.
This was amazing. This was amazing. I just met him yesterday, and I was just that kind of person. When he told me he was 15 years old, and I never knew the story until you got right there. That's not even a story. I just knew a 15-year-old so gifted. That's even better, man. And then as soon as he finished talking, there's so many people that just contacted me and want to speak to him. Oh, what is your social media? That's what people were asking.
So I want to say, is this a dream? Like, I can't believe followers right now. It's Trenton's Lux Couture. So
Give my pepper. Everyone up there, round of applause for opening my class. This is Bound to Lead, this is my weapon. I want to thank my parents, you guys are wonderful. And you know, this is your family. Everyone in here, everyone is your family. Never give a phone call away. Y'all have my number.
I need your education. I need you to have education. I need you to have credentials. So I'm going to make sure that you get a full ride. I'm gonna make sure you get that with college. Trust me, your story is beautiful. I was about to fall out crying.
Alright, you got a couple more minutes.
When I was young. So we need people to love on you like this. So trust me,
I hope y'all look good in yourselves.
Alright? I know, look at this, look at this. So let me make sure that we get some information because you're going to Paul Mitchell to get your full education and become a hairstylist at Paul Mitchell. Yeah? Look at my Paul Mitchell babies back there. We're going to Paul Mitchell, baby. Hold up. We're going to Paul Mitchell on us.
Can we re-act that again?
She said, can we do it again? Listen, I promise you, we'll get it definitely. Thank you for bringing this baby right here. This story is amazing. Amazing. That's $20,000 worth of education, baby. That's $20,000 worth of education.
I'm training.
All right, so I'm about to check it out. Y'all ready?
Fredio.com.